Hey everybody, Alex Kozora, SteelersDepot.com, back to do another tape analysis of Sunday's win over the Los Angeles Rams. Talking Mason Rudolph again, and I want to preface this because I know I'll get killed in the comments if I don't say it, and even if I do, it probably will as well. But I thought Rudolph had one of his better games against the Rams on Sunday. I've seen definite improvement. I think that's worth mentioning because we are going to be kind of critical of Rudolph for these couple of clips. But if you're not criticizing your ideally eventually franchise quarterbacks, and what do you do? And the goal is to get better and point out flaws and talk about ways to get better, not just harp on, oh, he's doing this well or that well. That's all well and good, but you got to look at how you can improve going forward. And I thought some of his progressions and knowing where to go and going through his reads has been one area that's been generous, inconsistent so far. So first play here we're going to look at, this is a third down. Empty set, Jalen Samuels motions out here. Incomplete pass. This is a design to get the ball out quick kind of play. You got two options here. You got a slant flat combination of the boundary at the top, and then you got Juju running a slant underneath. And really the bottom line issue I have here is you got to get Juju the football here. You got to be able to give your playmakers a chance to make plays. And Rudolph's talked about how getting Juju the football is at the top of his to-do list, and that's accurate, but it's got to happen on plays like this. So you got two reads here to the boundary, to the field side here, and pre-snap you got to sit there and say Juju's running the slant. There's nothing the Rams are showing me pre-snap that's telling me I can't make this throw to Juju on the slant, and we'll look at it here. I'm sure you've already seen it when I run this thing through. I mean, he's open on the slant here, and it's just an easy progression, get the ball out, and not only are you giving it to your better playmaker, Juju Smith-Schuster over Jalen Samuels, you're giving it to the guy to the field side with more space than Jalen Samuels, who this pass is inaccurate anyway, but even if he catches it, he doesn't have as much space, and there's no way he's going to get the first down. So, in my estimation, I don't know the exact progression on this play, but you got to look at Juju here as being your primary read. Get the ball to him with some blockers, with some space, and let your playmaker get plays. So we'll look at it from the end zone view here briefly. And again, I know you're looking at a blitz here, an overload look from the Rams, but be able to trust your reads, get the ball out to Juju, and just like I said, you got to get the ball to Juju. You've had trouble getting the ball to him already. He's had his own issues, obviously, with some drops and things like that. But when you have a chance to get him the ball on third down, when the ball is going to come out quick anyway, Jalen Samuels to the boundary versus Juju to the field. Pretty easy answer. Should be Juju to the field, and he gets pretty upset about this after the play too, which is understandable. Receivers want the ball, and he had a chance there to make a play. It didn't come to him. So you got to be able to read that pre-snap a lot better, know Juju's open, and make that play. Okay, before I show you the next play from Rudolph on Sunday, I want to look at an example here, Week 4 against the Saints. I know this is kind of random, kind of weird, but there was a great breakdown done on Twitter by a man named Zach Dunn. I'll leave the link to his kind of breakdown of it in the description of the YouTube video, and I'll have a link to it in the article on Steelers Depot. This is a Hank concept, and Zach goes through a pretty good description of what the progression is on this Hank concept. We talk about quarterback play, we talk about, this guy was open, he should have gotten the ball here. There's a couple things we kind of miss as fans or outsider points of view. A is just, the speed of the game. It's easy to sit here and nitpick and say you should hit this guy that was open when we can freeze frame and look at it from, an aerial view like this, and it's a lot easier to play literal armchair quarterback. And also, what is the progression for the quarterback on a particular play? Where is his eye supposed to be? What is the read of the play, and is he reading it correctly? So what I want to look at here is the Hank concept, and what a Hank route is essentially just about a 5-yard over the ball sit down route by either a receiver or normally a tight end. So you get it here in Week 4 against the Saints. Just sitting here, 5-yard route basically over the center. And that's your first read for a quarterback when you run a Hank. And if the linebackers squeeze it, then you have, and I'll go to the aerial view, you have the option up top. Mirrored routes basically is what you normally get here, but you have a curl flat combination. It's a mirror to the bottom, curl flat. That's Taysom Hill, the quarterback receiver, by the way. But anyway, so linebacker, weak defender, weak linebacker squeezes the Hank here. Now you read curl flat. Linebacker spans, you throw the curl. Linebacker sits, you throw the flat. So Teddy does a great job reading this thing. Gonna look at Hank first. The ball, the sit-down route over the middle. Linebacker wants to squeeze it. So now he's immediately, once it's taken away, you can't throw the Hank. You're going to now go to your second progression, which is the curl flat. And he hits, I think, Jared Cook on this play for completion. So again, the progression is Hank, and then your curl flat combination to the weak side. We'll look at this one more time, then we'll go to Mason Rudolph on Sunday. Okay, here's Rudolph on Sunday in the fourth quarter, and this is a 1st and 10. They're going to run Hank. Very common concept, got a lot under Todd Haley. Randy Fichtner's doing a lot of the same things. Vance McDonald here is going to run the Hank route. And again, you have your curl flat combination at the top. You get 2 curls down here, but this is the progression to the weak side. Let's look at it from the end zone view, because bottom line, Rudolph initially makes the wrong read, and then he's late with this throw, and you just can't have that. It's complete, and that's a good end, but we care about process. We care about the progression and the inefficiency here from Rudolph. So he's going to drop back. McDonald's open on this Hank concept, reading the weak side linebacker here. Weak side linebacker is now expanding, getting width to take away the slant. Your first read's got to be to McDonald first of all, so I'm not sure why he's looking at the slant here. They've thrown this slant flat combination earlier in the game, but without the Hank too. So you got to get your eyes to McDonald, because that's your first read in the progression. And then it takes him forever and a day to get off that read when the linebacker's expanding. It's not there to get the ball to McDonald. He's pump faking, kind of double clutching. Johnson's taken away, and he looks like he's going to his far left here, and I'm not even sure how he saw McDonald in this play, but he did. But as the pressure really converges, he desperately throws it at McDonald over the middle. It's a good pass, I guess, but it's right there in traffic. He gets hit, and there's a connection error, so let me pause, edit this video, and we'll go back to the play. Sorry about that. Game Pass likes to just throw in random errors sometimes, and I didn't feel like restarting this video because it's the 3rd time I've done this video already. But anyway, so the progression here is Hank's got to be first, finds it really late, a hurry throw, and this could have been incomplete. McDonald was able to catch it, fumbles, unfortunately, at the end, but that's not the point. So again, look at it from the aerial view. Again, progression here's got to be Hank, which we saw in the clip before with the Saints game and Teddy. And then if the linebacker squeezes the Hank concept, then you're working curl flat. Rudolph here starts working curl flat. Linebacker expands. I mean, even if that is the progression on the play and not the first read is this curl flat combination, the second you see this weak side hook linebacker squeeze the slant and the flat's taken away too, you got to move to your second read, and it's got to be your Hank read. And Rudolph, he's going curl, now he's going flat, neither of them are there. He's still kind of pump fake, he wants to throw it, it's not there, he's late. That's not good progression for a quarterback. That is a definition of missing open receivers. It's not about the one to the backside you've already checked off in the progression. You're not going to throw it to him based on your pre-snap read that gets open because he beats his man. And you say, well, that's going to happen in football sometimes. You don't criticize those plays that often. You criticize this where it's a bad process, where your initial read's got to be to the Hank against zone coverage with the weak side linebacker sliding away. And even if the progression is for some reason the slant here, you know immediately as you reach the top of your drop, it's not open. So you got to get off that read. You got to find a secondary option, go to your next read in the progression, and make the throw. And he's late here. Should have been incomplete. Could have been incomplete. That's an easy way to get intercepted. Does work out in the end in terms of the box score, but I really don't like the process here. So again, Rudolph played well. I liked his pocket presence. It was a lot better. He made some big-time throws. They pushed the ball down the field. I was impressed by all that. But you want to talk about things a young first-year starting quarterback has to get better at. Got to get better with his eyes. Got to speed things up. Got to be able to read the coverage a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and get the ball to where it needs to go a little bit more consistently. So look at it one more time here. Just 'cause I really want to emphasize this point. McDonald wide open here. Throw it here. Hit the Hank. That's the progression. And Rudolph's late. He's stuck on his read. And then a very hurried throw. It's a good way to get sacked, good way to throw interception, good way to get your receiver, your tight end killed over the middle of the field. So, just want to make that point, that there's still work to do, which is to be expected. But I did want to point out that some of his progressions and some of his reads, get the ball to your playmakers, get the ball to Juju, and then be able to go through your reads correctly, get the ball out quicker and on time, and within the structure of the play, better than what we saw here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whether you're watching on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Alex_Kozora, or follow the website SteelersDepot.com. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and we'll talk to you soon.